How many were your family members and who lived in your house? My name is Georgi Angelov Angelov. I was born on the 6th of May 1952 in the village of Dolna Studena. My family consisted of 6 members: grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, sister, and me. Describe your home, rooms, structures, utilities. The house where I lived after my birth was in the village of Dolna Studena. It was on 2 floors, a ground floor consisting of 2 rooms and a corridor, and a first floor consisting of 3 rooms and a corridor. What was your parents' work? My parents were middle class workers. My mother worked in agriculture and my dad worked in rail transport. How did you travel from place to place? As a pupil, during the first years, I lived near school and went there on foot. What was school like back in the days? The building, children, lessons, length of the day, etc. The school was then on 1 floor. We were up to 8th grade in the village. The classes length were 45 minutes as now. What was your teacher like? My teacher was Comrade Yordanova, a woman aged between 35 and 40 years old. She taught me in the first grade. What subjects did you study? I remember reading, writing, maths. In the first class, there were 4 or 5 subjects, including gymnastics and flower training. When did you have school vacations and how long were they? Our school vacations don't differ much from the ones that children have today. We had a winter vacation, a spring vacation, and a summer vacation. How did you go to school? I lived near the school. I used to go on foot. Name the 4 most important celebrations you had in order of importance. During my education from the 1st to the 12th grade, the holidays we had were New Year, Easter, St. George's Day, 9th of September was also celebrated. Choose one of these celebrations and describe one custom. The most joyful feast for me as a student was New Year. The euphoria and joy of the feast was the biggest then. We went to a holiday. There were sketches, reciting of poems, song singing. I either participated in the program or I was watching it like the other children. How did you entertain yourselves in this celebration? Songs, dances, etc.? Maybe I told some of the entertaining moments in the previous answer. There were big celebrations. Sketches, songs, poems. I have participated in some of them. For instance, I remember that in the first grade I participated in the grandfather and turnip play. I was the grandfather. Then I sang a song, Snošti se denki kvaluhme. In it, I was the shepherd with the cap. Describe something special you ate or drank at this celebration. At that time, there were not as many delicacies as today. Our parents made sweets, usually cookies, several kinds of other sweets, candy, and some non-alcoholic drink. The resinka was very famous back then. How did you spend your free time back in the days? Back then, until the 4th or 5th grade, there were no after curriculums in school. After classes, we went home and everyone was preparing themselves for tomorrow. You learned the lessons and write your homework. If there was any time left, we were going out to play.
Нали, пише си домашните и ако имаше време, отивахме да играем, естествено.
Did you travel with your family?
Ами, казах ви при това, че баща ми работеше в ЖП транспорт и
I said earlier that my dad was working in rail transport, so we had the right to get free or half-price tickets.
имахме право на безплатни и на половинца на билети по ЖП транспорта. Имахме близки леле там и роднини.
We had close relatives in Plovdiv and Radnevo and used the trains to go and visit them several times a year.
И тогава ходехме с влака, ходехме на гости през годината, може би някой път на двете години на гости до тях да ги видим, да се срещнем.
What did you do during your holiday time?
По време на празниците. В смисъл празници говорим за...
As I said already, during the holidays I participated in different sketches, or if I didn't participate, I was watching. Also, I was doing my other tasks.
Няма задачи, които трябва да слушам. Като не съм бил един зрител, наблюдател, както всички останали деца.
Did you have toys, and if yes, what was your favorite one?
Ами играчки. Играчки сме си ги правили по принцип.
We did our toys by ourselves. We crafted little men from wood, we crafted knives, guns. I remember being in the 3rd or 4th grade when my father brought me a wooden toy train for New Year's Eve. The joy was indescribable. I kept this train for long years and played with it.
Това влакче беше неописуемо. Не знам защо така. И това влакче доста години си го пазех и си играех с него.
Were you happy with what you had and did in your free time?
Какво съм правил? Най-вече казах, че...
We mostly had time for games. The current games that children have are fundamentally different from the games back then. Now all children are in front of computers in different halls. And then there were no computers, no halls, no sports playgrounds. We've done everything by ourselves. I remember that we made football playgrounds, made our doors, we went to play. I was really happy, although it's not so much. But for that time, life was such. I was pleased.
Такъв беше живота, все пак беше добре. Бях доволен, да.
What clothes did you usually wear? As a pupil, I wore a school uniform. In the 1st grade, we didn't have any uniforms, but after that, until the 4th grade, we had. It was like the so-called Chavdarche uniform. We had a blue tie, like pionerchita with red tie, and later on, like a komsomolet, we had to wear black trousers, a white shirt, a black jacket with a collar. What did you wear on special occasions? When we had holidays, we were also in uniforms, and if we were involved in a cast, we were wearing a costume to show what role we play in the cast. What shoes did you wear? The shoes of the students were black, they were called pioneers. These were black, closed shoes. We used to play with cloth shoes in gymnastics, and in the salon we were with sports shoes. What was your favorite food? My favorite food? I loved chicken. I also loved beans and compotes. Then the dessert was mostly compote. What was the main food people ate? The main food was vegetables, beans, chicken, fish, lamb for special occasions like christenings and weddings, and pork for New Year's Eve. Did you visit a restaurant? When I was young, I do not remember visiting a restaurant, except when there were weddings, christenings, and etc. but I remember that in the 10th grade, our class teacher took us to a restaurant, introducing us to the techniques and way of eating in a restaurant.
Лява ръка и ножките, които трябваше да покажем в ресторанта.
What food did you eat on special occasions?
Каква храна? Казахме, специалното, че тогава
Special occasions were New Year's Eve and weddings. Then we ate sheep's meat, chicken, and pork, prepared like meatballs or kebabchata.
на кебабчета и това е.
Where did you normally get your food from?
Спомням си, че всички тия
I remember that we mainly produced the food by ourselves. We raised hens, sheep, pigs. We didn't buy things like minced meat, sausages, and lamb back then.
някой парче, луканка или нещо от това.
Any general comment about your life when you were young?
Когато сме били млади, нямахме такива големи развлечения.
We did not have such entertainment as you have now. Disco started appearing in our time and we went on Saturdays and Sundays.
Това е по принцип.
In general, this was the life of the young people at the time.
На него време, на младежите, които сме били тогава.